Hey everybody, welcome to the shop. So today we've got the Kubota F3680 in here, and we need to do an oil change on it. We're going to go ahead and replace the hydraulic filter as well as the air filter. So let's check it out. We also had a problem with the flat tire, and the tires on the front of this deck were pneumatic. We're going to go ahead and change them out for some solid tires. We found these flat free tires on Amazon, and they're the 9 by 3.5 by 4 because I didn't want to put an inner tube in that old tire. And these come with either 3/4 inch bushings, or you can replace them to go to 5/8. Luckily our Kubota takes 3/4, so let's get these installed. All right, so we've got the tire, we've got the axle bolt, we've got the 2 spacers that came with the mower, and then we've got the nut, and we're just gonna put it back on the same way it came off. So on the F3680 from Kubota, here's where you check the oil, dipstick. There's the oil filter, and then the bolts to drain the oil out. There are 2 drain bolts. There's one here, and then because the PTO shaft runs through the case, there's a second one on this side. So let's pull both those and drain this out. So it takes a 14mm socket to remove that. I've got a glass jar here, and that's because I want to check and make sure there's no water or antifreeze in this oil. So the first bit of it we catch should be water if there's any in that. And it looks like it's just oil. Yep, I see I don't see any water in that oil. So that's good. We don't want oil. We don't want water in the oil. So let's go ahead and pull the second drain bolt as well. And what went all over my hand looks like just oil as well. Okay, let's go ahead and remove our oil filter. That was not very tight, but it wasn't leaking, so I guess it's good enough. All right, and here's our new oil filter. And I just got this off Amazon, but it is the ZB54444617, quantity 1. You'll love that. Looks like it's Fram orange, but it is a Duracell, or L, I don't know. Whatever it is, this is the oil filter. And it has this cellophane wrap on it. And what I'm going to do is just line up the gaskets, and that will put oil on our new gasket, and we'll put this right back on. Well, that ain't gonna work. Beware buying filters on Amazon. These filters look exactly the same, but this one won't work. This is the new one from Amazon. The difference is this is a 20mm by 1.5 thread, which is a fine thread. This one is 3/4 by 16, which is also a fine thread, but they won't interchange. So I've got somebody running a Napa right now. But just be careful buying filters on Amazon. Usually it works out okay, but in this case, it didn't. And I kind of dropped it and scratched it up, so I won't be sending it back, but I will put a review on there. It's no good. All right, and I think this filter is the probably filter that came on this stock. It's the hydraulic filter. Let's try and get that off and see if the filter I bought for it will fit it.
It also came from Amazon.
So maybe I shouldn't get too hopeful. This filter being the top, I hope I don't lose a lot of hydraulic fluid, but I've got fluid I can put back in. Okay, and here's the new one. It looked the same to me. Ah, and it's going to thread right on. So that's good. This one also came from Amazon. So sometimes it's really convenient to get filters from Amazon, and the price is generally right. But in all of them I bought, that's the first time I ever got one that didn't fit. And I think that filter was like 20 bucks. So you just have to decide if it's worth it to you. Okay, and then I put that on as tight as I could spin it with my hand with the greasy slick filter, my greasy oily fingers, but I'll snug that up good with the wrench. We don't need any leaks. Okay, that's going to do it. And I'm going to write the hours and the date on that filter so we know when it was changed. Okay, I don't know if you can read that, but the hours on this machine are 675.9. 675 sounds good enough to me. $675 hours, 526. All right, and while we're waiting on our filter to arrive, the engine oil is all drained, so we might as well put the plugs back in. That way I don't forget later. If you do this oil change and there's two plugs, always look for that, because there's quite a bit of oil that was in that other side of where that PTO shaft goes through there. Okay, that is tight. All right, that second one is tightened down. First one's snug, we're good. All right, and this is why I looked to see if there was any antifreeze or water in that engine oil. This reservoir is empty. Let's pull off the radiator cap and see if there's any fluid in here. I see it down. It's in there, but it's right at the level of the coils. So let's top that off, and for now, we're gonna do a wait and see to find out if we're losing coolant. Well, that radiator was low, no doubt about it. Not low now. Took probably a quart. While we're waiting on the oil filter, the other thing we can do is change these air filters out. So let's do that. Ooh, golly. That is nasty. Look at that nasty filter. The interior filter doesn't look bad, but I've got a new one of those as well. So we're gonna put those in. Check this out. So it is basically a vacuum that goes on the filtered side of the intake, and it says change filter when red. And so that red disc pulls up there and turned that totally red, and it was red. The nice thing is, all you have to do to reset it is push it and it clicks back in. I went ahead and unscrewed it just so that I could show you on the camera better, but that's a pretty nifty little, right, filter minder, it says. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, and I'm going to use my Mower shop vac to clean the inside of that filter housing. All right, so I vacuumed out all the loose material. I'm just going to wipe it down a little bit, get all this stuff that's a little more stuck. And if it's stuck, that just means it got wet while it was in there. Okay. I don't know, like eat out of there, but I think it's clean enough for an air filter housing. All right, so here's the new interior filter. And I'm just gonna go ahead and write the date, which is 5/26. And I'll write the hours, which is 6:75. Okay. Drop that in there. Then I'll do the same thing with the new outer filter. And 5:75 hours. All right. That goes on there. Ooh, I clean the cap out too. All right, so with the cap cleaned out, go ahead and put it all back together. Perfect. Okay, so the air filter has been addressed. The little indicator's been reset, and we've got a new inner and outer filter. All we truly need now is two things. We need an oil filter so we can put the oil back in it. And then, because we changed this hydraulic filter, we're gonna have to check the hydraulic fluid and probably add maybe a quart. It holds about 3 gallons, so that's not bad. We've got our antifreeze topped off. Let's go ahead and put the new oil filter in. And this one came from Napa, and it's a Napa Gold 1344 filter. Oil on the seal here, just so it seals up nice and good. And this one's going to thread on just fine. All right, let's snug it down, and then I will put the date and the hours on it. I used to always just tighten these filters down with my hands, but honestly, as I've gotten older and my arthritis has gotten a little worse, I just don't have the grip strength to do it that tight. So I'm using a wrench, but I want to make sure I don't over tighten it. All right, so 5/26 and 6:75 hours, and I use the gold pin since it's a Napa Gold filter. All right, and the last step in this is to fill it up with our Shell Rotella T6 15W40. And according to Google, this engine takes 5.3 quarts. So here's 4 quarts. Let's get it in there. These diesel engines can be a little tricky. What you don't want to do is dump it in so fast that it can actually bleed back through the vents in here and end up causing a hydraulic lock. I've seen it happen on a diesel Kawasaki motor. I assume maybe this little diesel Kubota could be the same way. So we're just going to put it in slow. All right, if you can see that level, there's 1, there's 1.5. I'd say it's 1.3. Let's put this last quart in here. All right, let's get our cap back on. All right, so it's almost to the second dot. I'd say it's perfect. Let's see where it is after we start it and we fill the filter up. All right, we ran it for a few minutes, got the door open. I don't see any leaks or any smoking. Let's check out the oil level. That's gonna work right in the middle where I like it. Okay, the last thing we'll do, since we changed the hydraulic filter and we did lose a little bit of hydraulic oil, down here is where our hydrostatic transmission and hydraulics are at, and here's the dipstick. Let's check it out. It's still right between the lines. Let's wipe it off and check it again. Yep, right between the lines. I'd say we're good. If we were going to fill some of this, they use high trans or the Kubota oil, but right there's where you put it in. Not bad. All right, so that's going to do it for our annual service of our Kubota F3680. If you got anything out of this video, give us a thumbs up. It absolutely helps our channel. And we invite you to subscribe to see more. Have a great day and be safe.